Lori. All right. Let's see what we got. Thank you guys very much. All right, this picture does not belong to me. The credits are down there at the bottom, okay? I got this off of Google Images, okay? A lot of question has come up over what I mean by field interactions, okay? Can you see me, guys? No?
Yeah, we've got you on the small screen at the moment, and we've got your shared screen up.
Okay. I'll show you the video or the bigger picture in a little bit. Okay. If you're to count these rings, I believe there's like 21, okay, for each one of these concentric circles, okay? There's 21 concentric rings plus the center, okay, which makes 22. What you see visually, okay, in the center there, it's not even Vesta Pisces, but it's close, okay? What you're seeing here is two fields interacting, okay? So if you've got 21 fields on one side, right? Everybody should have a basket for all their crap. It's the only place I can hide my stylus and my children. Okay. Now, I've got a gentleman, Antonio. He's doing some graphic design for me. I got online a little late, so I don't think that he. I know that he's got pretty much all of it finished, but I want to show this here. We'll start out. Okay. What we're seeing here in the center, all right, is the field interactions. Okay. If the one on the left has 21, because we're not counting the center, okay, and the one on the right has 21, okay, the combination of energy fields is going to cancel itself out in the center, okay, because it'll be equal and balanced, all right? All of this would cancel itself out, and it would basically become the neutral plasma, which is what you're looking for, all right? Now, when I'm talking about field interactions, okay, whatever the element on the periodic table that is 21, if somebody has that information, that would be great. I can put it on the screen here. Whatever element has 21, okay, as the atomic number, it's represented here in these concentric rings, okay? And each one of these rings, starting from the very center, which is 0 point, okay, or a neutrino, or GANs, all right? They're all the same thing. If you're taking 21, does anybody know what that is, that element? It'd be nice. Hi, George from Ecuador.
I'm just pulling up the period table for you now, periodic
All right.
table.
I appreciate it, boss man. But you get that element, okay? So whatever this atomic number is of 21, okay, you'll get the element that's on your periodic table of elements, okay? You always have to add 1 when you're dealing with light energies, okay? And I'll explain to you that this is how, when you break down your nanomaterials, okay, when you break these down, each one of these lines represents the elements on the table of elements, okay?
Mike, just let me share my screen and I'll put it up for you.
What is it?
The periodic table.
No. I
Do
can't.
you want to know do you want to know what it is?
Yeah, just the elements.
Okay, let me check.
I got too many pictures selected right now to share the screen. Do you know what it is yet?
SC. What's SC? It's a bit of a low. I've got a low res image here. SC is 21.
Scandia or Scandivia,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yes.
All right. Well, that would be the element for 21. What's the next one above it? Can you see it?
Let me check it out.
The one, 22.
Just a second.
You said SC?
Yeah. 22 is TI. What's that? Titanium or?
Titanium. Okay. So what you're doing here, all right, when we, like when you make titanium dioxide, all right, and you put it in your nano coating materials, all right, anything that has titanium in it, all right, you're adding the element of titanium at the quantum level to your caustic solutions, okay? And so every element that makes up titanium, okay, will break down into its individual element, okay? That individual element is what you see as the concentric lines or the concentric circles, okay? You start from the center, and the center is 0 point, okay? The very first ring is hydrogen, okay? The second ring is helium. The third ring is lithium, okay? Then you have beryllium. Then you've got carbon and nitrogen and oxygen, and then all the way up until you get to SC, okay? But because you got to count the center, the outer energy field is the strength of titanium, okay? Because this outer energy field that we have just created, okay, is holding in and encompassing all of these other energies, all right? And that's what you're getting trapped, okay? That's what we call a different flavor of a neutrino or a different flavor of GANs, okay? You know, copper oxide is like a different ice cream flavor. It's a different color, okay? Well, all of the elements on the periodic table of elements has a designated color and a designated slot for light, okay? And it can't be crossed, okay? There's no interference with it. Every element in the light spectrum has its own perfect little place, its own individual energy freeway that it rides on, okay? And that's what we're using is the light energy. Now, if you were to consider that these two circles right here, okay, the dark center would actually represent a copper wire, okay? The end of a copper wire, all right? And what you're looking at right here would be what I call it takes two to tango, okay? I can't show you my screen, all right, just yet, but can you see the U shape? Okay, you guys can pull it up here, all right? It's got two ends, okay? One's rounded and one's pointed, okay? Trying to show it to you in my little screen, okay?
Yeah, we can see that.
All right, imagine if we just cut this wire off right there and you're just looking at the end of it, all right? And so there's no rounded edge, it's just 2 points, okay? When you nano coat your wires, all right, with caustic solution of any kind, bless you, George. When you nano coat these wires, okay, the wires are giving off that same energy field, okay? Each wire is giving off that energy field that's next to each other, and it's causing an interaction right in the center, okay? This is what happens when you nano coat a wire, all right, and you bend it next to each other, okay? And that's how we get infinity, okay? Because as soon as you bend this again, okay, into a figure 8, all right, I always hold my open end or my source end in my left hand, okay? Always, whenever I'm folding this, okay? And I already bent this one. I don't want it to be bent that way, okay? We're going to, because this is 8 gauge wire and I'm using a very thick gauge to demonstrate for you guys, okay? I'm going to show you basically, that, you know, just how I turn it. I hold the 2 ends, okay? This is important. Where the heck is my screen? There it is. All right. Forget that. I need you guys to see the video. All right. This is the source end, the round end. Every time you cut wire off of your spool, this is important, okay? Every time you cut wire off of the end of a spool, like this, okay? Bend over the wire on that end, okay? This is your source end. This is the end, come on, damn it. This is the end right here that you want to bend over, all right, to identify it, because this would be the end that would, it starts your energy flow, okay? This is your starting point. If you're going to make a, the IQ unit or, you know, something like that, because that's one of the things that we're going to do, okay? It's very important that you have the flow right for infinity, okay? And so every time you cut wire from a spool, bend the end that you just cut over so that you can identify that as the source end, the negative end of the wire, okay? Or the red end of the wire, all right? Then, every time you do that, okay, you set a pattern, you set a precedence, okay? That means that every device that you make will always be the same, okay? Now, the other thing, okay, remember when I told you at the very beginning, it mattered. You always hold the source side, okay, the rounded edge in your left hand, okay? Here's my right hand, all right? If you put your right hand, let's see if I can do this. If you put your right hand, man, all right, infinity light, I need you. Pause. All right, how's that work for us? All right, much better. Okay, like I was telling you before, it matters, okay? I'm gonna use my fingertips at the top of the wire here because this is thin, okay? So my fingertips are representing the ends of the wire. My left hand has the round one, okay? And I put that on my finger, all right? And then I have my right one. If I put the right over left, okay? If I put my left finger under my right finger and I cross it, all right? And then I put the wires together, okay? This creates a magnetical, yeah, so magnetical, that is not true. It creates a gravitational energy flow, okay? If it's the right over the left, okay? You should write that down or make notes on that or something, but right finger over the left finger creates a gravitational energy flow, okay? That's very important. because gravitational attracts.
Can you repeat that?
Your right, if I'm using my left fingers, okay, my left pointer finger as the end of the wire, you will see that I have the curved bent metal end, okay? That's my source end, okay? That goes always in your left hand, always. Okay?
Laurie's asking a question about whether it's the other way around for women, because we've got this right hand, left hand thing going on for male and female.
No, it's not. Infinity, there's only one path for the light to follow in infinity, okay? There is no division in infinity, okay? Duality creates the division of energies, but not the division of male and female energies, okay? That's courtesy of a fresh download. Thank you, MagGrab, or not MagGrab. What are you, IQ? Oh, you're Isabel. All right, we've got a name. Her name is Isabel.
Beautiful.
Wow, named after my cat who just went missing 3 days ago. I think she's in heat. She ran away. Going to look for her. But anyway, okay. The right over left, okay, will create a gravitational or an attracting force. Okay. If you put the left over the right, okay, and you twist it in its natural, formation across the wires, okay, you will get a magnetical energy. All right. Magnetical means that it's, if gravitational is attracting, okay, then magnetical is pushing out or repelling. Okay. So you got a picture of a bubble being pushed outwards, okay, like a soap bubble when you create a magnetical energy field. Okay. And some people were getting sick because they were making infinity charms. Okay. And they would have a magnetical energy field that they wanted to, that they thought was going to take away their sickness. Okay. Had they had a had they had a gravitational, okay, twisting from the very beginning, it would have taken their sickness, okay, converted it and filtered it, and then expressed out nothing but positive energy. Okay. But because they used magnetical, it absorbed the energy of their body, any sicknesses that they might have had, a cold or whatever, and it projected that energy field out. Okay, so they were getting sick and they were maintaining being sick. They weren't getting any better. Okay, so you got to remember these kinds of things when you do anything in infinity. It's either absorbing and kicking it out, okay, or it's kicking it out and absorbing. And there is a difference, okay? So remember that gravitational is red, it attracts, and it's right, okay? Red is always right, meaning it always has a clockwise energy flow, okay? It's always got a clockwise energy flow. All of the energy throughout the universe, okay, that we're working with has this single energy flow, okay? I'm teaching it this way because of the human perception, all right? I'm trying to teach it so that when you look at it, all right, you can see exactly what I'm describing so that you don't have to try to change anything around in your mind, okay? I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm not trying to make this difficult, okay? I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, okay? To teach you guys how to make a proper infinity device, okay? And the very beginning of it determines whether or not you have a red energy field around your device or a blue energy field, okay? That's what we're working with here. And it's the very first time that you connect the wires together, okay? Now, I'm doing the right over left, all right? We're doing a gravitational energy flow here, okay? I would suggest you use smaller gauge wire if you have it handy, okay? Because this requires the kind of twisting. Plasma doesn't care about size, guys, okay? So you can use a piece of copper wire that is the thickness of your hair, or you can use one that's the size of your arm, and you will still have the same energy strength, okay, as what you would have on both of them. Okay, so it doesn't matter what size pipe or tube that you're trying to travel, make this plasma move down, okay, because it's still one plasma, it's still an energy, all right, and it still has one strength to it, one flavor, okay. Even if it is a mixture of flavors, that mixture of flavor is still one. It's an individual, okay, and you have to think of it as an individual, like titanium, okay. It's made up of every element from hydrogen all the way up to titanium when you're building in the spectrum of light, okay, and infinity, okay? Now I'm going to teach you how to make a neutrino, okay? One neutrino makes two neutrinos to create a hydrogen element, okay? So think about this. We're cutting a hydrogen element in half, and we're recreating half of that by using and capturing two principal fields, or creating it by bending these wires and nanocoating them, okay? They act this exact same way that the energy structure within the human body works. It works the exact same way of how planets and solar systems and galaxies and universes are created, okay? Everything can be made or recreated using infinity. And all you have to do is learn how to stack your neutrinos, or basically add them in series, okay? And that's what we're going to work with here. All right, so I'm doing right over left, okay? I'm going to twist it, okay? I'm hoping that my picture, because my hands are opposite on the screen, but I'm hoping that you guys are seeing the original, okay? The regular version here, okay? So now you're going to have a piece that looks like this. That's all bent on one end, okay? Just twist it together. You don't have to bend it back on itself. You don't have to do any of that kind of stuff, okay, in the initial, because you want the flow to be here in this circle, okay? Congratulations. If you dip this in your activated charcoal, okay, you have created an infinity device of true infinity, okay? It also has an energetic field that is equivalent to a neutron. It's very weak because it just has the activated charcoal or whatever your ashes are, okay? You can't really feel it. You can't see it. You can't touch it, okay? But you have to know that it's there. It's always present inside any circle that you make in copper wire and nanocoat, okay? That energy flow is always present here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this bubble, okay, this circle here. You have to remember everything here is in 3D spheres. Whoa, earthquake. Not funny, I know. Okay, everything is done in spheres here. Okay, this is what we're going to recreate. Okay, this is just a double toroidal field. Okay, I got a plastic ornament holder and two ping pong balls in the center. Okay, this is what a freaking neutrino looks like, guys, in 3D, since I couldn't get any graphics artists. Okay, this is what you're recreating, is this energy field. Okay, the outer energy field. The inner energy field that you can see here, okay, happens when the two principal fields, whoops, they collapse easily too. When the two principal fields come together, okay, they create an energy field that is equal to the two spheres that are inside it. Okay, then depending on what elements you have in the center here, okay, that you've created with your neutrinos and your GANs, okay, remember they're the same thing, okay, this outer energy field is what's created from your device that you can't see, okay? And this energy field right here will expand even further, okay, based on the number of twists that you put into your wire, okay? You're gonna turn up the volume when you make twists, all right? Increase the power. So now we're gonna go here, maybe you can see this, okay? You're gonna take this wire, you're so annoying, okay? Hold the end that is all twisted together, all right, in your left hand. We got 10 minutes left on this one, okay? You can still see the loop here. I can't wait to get a camera system, okay? So that loop still goes in your left hand, okay? Because this wire is so big, all right, I'm doing this for demonstration purposes. If I'm holding it here in my left hand, if I twist it to the right, what do you think is going to happen? Anybody? What happens when you go right?
I think we have the double amount of circles, or we have two, not one. Now we have two.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
When you're creating the two, okay. But what you're doing here, okay. Anytime you go from a circle and you twist it, okay. If you twist it to the right, you're making the energy flow go to the right. So now, okay, you have done a gravitational beginning, all right, and a gravitational spin to the right, okay? So you're going to turn it to the right, okay? Just like you would a drill or anything else, all right, to screw it in, all right? And you will create the figure 8, okay? It's important that you can see this gap that's right between here, okay? Because this gap that you can see in between this 8, all right, is inefficient, okay? So we need to go and at least 3 times, 3 half turns, okay? That means 3 figure 8s. This is 1, where my thumb is, okay? 1, you're continuing to twist to the right, okay? A half twist, okay, so that they're level again, okay? That's 2, and you twist it again, okay? Another half twist, and that makes 3, okay? The Trinity. So 3s, 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 6s, 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 9s, 9s, 9s. Okay, these are all important. Okay, those are looking good, guys. Okay, now you got what looks like a pair of glasses. Okay, this is a single neutrino that is working or using the energy field. Okay, on the outside, once this is nano-coated, it will create its own energy field, okay, to a gravitational or attracting energy of helium. Okay, actually hydrogen with the strength of helium. Because we twisted it 3 times, okay, you follow the periodic table of elements and you go to the number 2 spot, okay, which would be helium, right, on the periodic table of elements.
Folks need to mute the microphones there. Can people mute their mics if they're not mic?
Thank you. Okay, you're just creating a single neutrino here, all right, a half of a hydrogen. That is the strength of helium. So if you made another one that was identical and you connected them together, All right. And they're together like the two sitting like, you know, side by side this way. Okay. The energy from this circle and the energy from this circle will interact with these that are over here if these are identical. Okay. Inside of these circles, it creates what I believe to be called a neutron condition. That's perfectly balanced because that's the universe that we live in. In order for this wire to exist physically, it has to be perfectly balanced. It cannot be, it can't have too much negative polarity energy, and it can't have too little. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist, or it wouldn't be copper. Okay, and if it had too much, it still wouldn't be copper. It would actually increase in the elements on the periodic table of elements. Okay, that's the power of infinity. You can create any element on the periodic table of elements by adding 1 to the periodic table, atomic numbers. Okay, and you take that number. All right, we're going to use hydrogen or helium for 2. Okay, we're going to add 1 to that because we're counting the outer energy field. Okay, and so you'll see 3. So you'll have the power of hydrogen, which is encompassed by the energy of helium. Okay, so if you can picture the soap bubble film where it's all pretty and red and yellowish kind of looking when you look up close, okay, that's the kind of energy field that you've created. Okay, but it's only a half of a neutrino. Okay, you need 2 of these to create 1 neutrino. Okay, 1 full neutrino. Okay, takes 2 to tango, remember? So now we got 2. Well, when you add a third one to this, okay, and I'm just putting these things to here, okay, you have to think of these like little energy roadblocks, all right, when they're stacked apart, but you know, in triple layer like this, all right? The one over here is an energy roadblock, and it stops the energy from the center to go in this way, okay, to this wire here, okay? This one on the other side is also an energy block. So this energy has nowhere to go, right? The one in the center. All right, so you have a roadblock on either side, and that's where the easiest way for me to explain it is it's being a roadblock, and that's why we add 1, okay? Because the element that we're actually ionizing, okay, is hydrogen. That's the one in the center, right? Well, it takes helium to block it in, to make that sandwich. All right. Well, now you've just stacked 3 neutrinos, right? So the atomic number of light for helium is 3. Okay. And so what you're going to do is ionize the hydrogen. That's what the triple stacker units for the Kesh Foundation do. Okay. They ionize that that center coil, okay, because they've got a block on the top and a block on the bottom, and it pushes the plasma together in the center, okay, and it causes it to compress down on itself. When it compresses down on itself, then it's reborn, and it expands out, okay? Those devices.
So Mike, I have a question. The coils on the microgravs are correlating in the same way that the twists we're doing here.
Say that again. The
colors
colors
coils on the maggrav, so they're working in what is it, 81s up to whatever. Each coil
yes.
presenting what we're doing with twists in a different way.
Yes. Okay. Each turn of the coil is an increase of energy, like for every half twist that you put into an infinity loop. So you're doing half the work and getting twice the energy, and sometimes more. Okay, most of the time more. You guys are going to be completely impressed with infinity and the simplicity of things. So Boy, syntax is some blessings, guys. It's really coming down. When you're stacking your units, okay, and I don't have, let's see here, we'll do this, make it simple. We all love copper wire, okay? This is your stacker unit. If you were just a, you know, nano cut these things.
We've got a minute left on this as well, Mike, just to let you know.
Okay, if you're doing this, okay, remember that this one's a roadblock and this one's a roadblock. Okay, the one on the top and the bottom are a roadblock. And it's blocking the plasma in the center, and that's what you're trying to do, is create that sandwich with plasma. Okay, every time you make